There are many new developments on the front line, but some fronts are strategically important due to their location and reputation. The most important of these fronts is the Kherson front. Ukrainian troops on the left bank of the Kherson region want to expand their area of action and control more territory in the region. Russian troops know that this region is very important for Ukraine. In order to reduce the Ukrainian pressure in this region, the Russians are carrying out intensive attacks to encircle Avdiivka. The Russians, who continue these attacks in the direction of Bakhmut, are trying to make Ukraine focus on Avdiivka and Bakhmut and to disrupt its focus in the Kherson region. The Russian army has been conducting intensive offensive operations in the Avdiivka region since October. The Russian army, which continued its attacks in the Bakhmut region, could not make the desired progress in these regions. The strong and determined defense of the Ukrainian army in the region is causing Russia more military and equipment losses in Avdiivka than it suffered in Bakhmut. It is known that Ukraine has strengthened at least 3 positions on the left bank of Kherson and is putting pressure on the Russian defense blocks in this area. Ukrainian troops are continuing their operations near Crimea and continue to take up positions around the area. However, while the Ukrainian army continues to send troops to Kherson, which it knows is a very important point on the road to Crimea, it is also aware of Russia's power here. Therefore, the Ukrainian army does not want to organize fast but ineffective offensive operations in this region. The Russian forces have strong defense blocks in the region, step by step. The Russian army, which has been strengthening its positions in the depths of the Kherson region for a long time, is acting in a highly organized manner in the region. The number of Russian military personnel in the region is approximately 65,000. These troops are actively waiting in defense positions in the region. Some of them are also organizing offensive operations against Ukrainian forces in positions where Ukraine is trying to advance. Intense clashes are taking place in the Crimea, Pitstetne, and Pichanivka regions. The Ukrainian army should be in this region for a while longer and send more troops and equipment to the region. With the deployment of more troops to the banks of the Dnieper River, it may have more chances on the Kherson border. Since the Russians have destroyed all 4 bridge crossings in the region, transportation in the region is very difficult. It will be very difficult for Ukraine to cross the river. Even if the Ukrainian army manages to build a bridge in the region, it may be very difficult to protect this bridge. Since the Ukrainian army knows this well, it wants to expand its area of action in the region by increasing its power on the left bank of the river. Ukraine also needs the power of the Air Force to protect the bridge. It may seem difficult to realize this now, but with the F-16 fighter jets that Ukraine will soon receive, it can protect the pontoon bridge it will build in this region and seize air dominance in the region. Do you think this is possible? The Russian army is losing too many soldiers in Avdiivka, because while it deploys a large number of troops to this region, it also carries out its offensives very quickly and boldly. However, although there are more than 65,000 Russian troops in the Kherson region, the Russians are more cautious in this region and are not in a hurry to carry out counter-offensive operations. Commander Mikhailo Teplinsky, who commands the Russian troops in the Kherson region, is one of the most experienced and professional generals of the Russian army. This choice shows the importance Russia attaches to this region. Mikhailo Teplinsky is prepared for a possible Ukrainian offensive in the region. Russian troops are limited and cautious in the position. The Russian general is gradually establishing defense blocks in the region in order to be able to respond quickly to possible Ukrainian offensives. The Ukrainian army is also moving very strategically in the region. We are very curious about the developments in this region. If the Ukrainian army manages to advance in the region, it may have a very good chance to move in the Crimea region. Zelensky said, "The war started in Crimea, it will end in Crimea. Crimea is the most important region for the Ukrainian army. The key to this region is the Kherson region. Ukrainian forces will do their best to recapture Kherson and completely capture Russian troops and equipment in the region." Do you think the Ukrainian army will be able to take control of the Kherson region from Russia?